Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Ellaberies Africa. In our today's tutorial, we are going to be learning about this beautiful gown, which is an halter neck, cow neck, backless dress. If this is what you want, just sit tight and enjoy it to the end. Thank you. So without wasting much of our time, we are just going to go ahead to today's business. So I already laid out my pattern piece, just like you can see. We are drafting that dress I showed you earlier on, which is a cow neck backless dress, halter neck backless dress. So the required measurement is the tape, the ruler, the marker, the scissors. Yes, and the required measurement is the bust is 38, the shoulder 16, the sleeve 34, the hip is 42, the length is 36. So we are going to go ahead to mark out our point. Before marking that, you have to mark out 4 inches first, 4 inches for the collar. Now from there we'll start marking our armhole. Then our armhole, which is 8, my bust point I'm using 10, and then for my waist I'm using 15. You can use 16 if you want, depending on what you want, how low you want your back to be. So the hip is 24 and the length is 36 plus 1 inch for hemming allowance. So we are going to go ahead now and mark it off. This is the shoulder line with our ruler. We are highlighting it with our marker. Then the armhole line, the bust line, which is 10. Then the waist, and next is the, let's take this off. Good. We are going to mark off the hip point, which is 24 I'm using, and the hem line, which is 36. So next we are going to label it: the shoulder, the bust, the armhole, the bust, the waist, the hip, and then the hem line. So we are going to add about 1 inch to this hem line for hemming allowance. So next we'll go ahead to mark our round. For our shoulder, which is 16, we divided by 2, giving us 8. We'll mark the same thing on the armhole, just like this, and then we are going to join it with our ruler. We'll join those 2 points with our ruler. That's the armhole. Next we'll mark our bust, which is 38, we divided by 4. Yes, and we are not adding anything because the fabric we are using is a stretchy one. It's a stretchy one, so we are not adding anything. So for the waistline, which is 34 divided by 4, we divided it by 4, and we marked it the same way. In fact, you can even take off 1 inch from this waist so that it's going to be snatched. Then for the hip line, 42 divided by 4, we added nothing too. We didn't add anything. On the hem line, we added 1 inch because we don't want it to be that too fitted on the hem line. So we just added 1 inch to it so that it will flay a little bit. So next we are going to join our points just like this. We'll join our points with our ruler. We are going to join our points just like this. Yeah. So we'll make our curve. So for the neckline, I use about 2.5 inch because it's an halter neck. I use about 2.5 inch. I don't want it to be that wide, so I went down by just 1.5. Then I join it just like this. Then on the width, I went up by that 4. I drew a line. Then I'm on the end of that line, I measured 2.5 inch. On the upper part, I also measured 2.5, so I join it like this, just like this. Just follow me and do it the way I'm doing it. So Now the next thing is to remove the armhole budge. To remove the armhole budge, we have to measure from the shoulder to the armhole, where the armhole stops. Then we mark the midpoint. On that midpoint, we are going to use our ruler to join it on anywhere on the center front of the dress, center front. Then on both sides of that line on the armhole, we are measuring half inch on both sides, just like this. And with that half inch, we are going to form a dart to meet that already marked line on the center front. Yeah, just like this. So this is for the armhole budge. Now we are going to use our scissors to cut it out. We are still going to open that armhole budge and close it. So right now we are just going to open up that slashed line, and then just open it up the way I'm doing, but don't open it completely. Then you close it this way, just close it like this. Close it. I'm going to use my pin to pin it down. You close it off. Use my pin to pin it off, pin it down. To pin it down, you can also use your masking tape to pin it down like this. Yes, and then that's from the shoulder where we marked off that collar. We'll now join it with our marker. Just join it like this. Join it like this. Then we cut it out. Cut it out. After cutting it out, just the way I'm doing, then look at it now. I think we are done with cut. So we are done cutting out the front panel. So we are going to go ahead. We went ahead to fold our fabric, then place it on our fabric just the way I did. You place it on our fabric, then you measure your cowl depth, how much you want. Like for me, I would just want it to be around 8 inches. So that's why I measured. Then I'm going to cut it out just like this. Cut it out, but don't cut it completely. Don't cut it completely. After doing that, you open it up to how much fullness you want. Depending on how much fullness you want around the neck. If you want it very full, you open it the more. For mine, I don't want much. I don't want it much. So I'm just going to go ahead now. After doing this, I'm going to add 1.5 inch. Take off 1.5 inches from the back waist, and in the front waist, I'll take off 1.5. I'll add 1.5 inch, just like I did so. Now, you now curve the armhole line just the way I'm doing to meet that 1.5 inch. Yes, you curve it to meet the 1.5. Then you blend it into the armhole. You blend it into the armhole just like the way I'm doing. See the way I read it from that armhole curve. I blend it because it's an halter neck. It's an halter neck, so it's supposed to curve out. This is the curve for an halter neck. So I just blended it so that it will form very well. So on the hip, I'm going to remove half an inch. So yeah, I'm just trying to pin it down so it doesn't move. So I'm going to use my scissors to cut it out right down. I'll use my scissors to cut it out. So when you get to this point, what you are going to do is that you are going to just follow the neckline. You follow the neckline, you curve it, and when you get to the end of the neckline, you just draw a straight line to the center front. So you then cut. So right now we are done with cutting out the front piece. So we are just going to go ahead to use the same pattern to cut the back piece. So right now we are just using the back piece to cut out the same pattern to cut out the back piece. So what we'll do now, first of all, start by removing that 1.5 inch that we added to the front panel. We'll remove it in the back panel. We added 1.5 inch in the front panel on the waistline. So we're going to remove it in order to balance it up. We'll remove it from the back waistline, just like this. Remove it from the 1.5 inch. Then we're going to blend it back into the hip. We'll blend it back into the hip just like this. Good. So from there now, we are now going to make a curve because the waist is usually curved. Okay, before that, let's do what we call the boot rise. We extended the length of the dress, the back panel, by 1.5 inch depending on the person's hip, and then we'll blend it back into the to the side, or from from the center back we measured 1.5 inch. Then we'll blend it down back into the side just like this. So we're going to use our scissors to cut it off. So from here now, we are going to go ahead and go down on our waist by 1 inch, so we can make that curve just like this. You just curve it, so yeah, you just curve it like this. You curve it like this so that the back waistline is going to be at least a bit curved, just like the way you go down on the center back by 1 inch, then on the side back by 1 inch too. So you make your curve so that the back waist be curved on the waist, because the waist is not straight now. So I had to cut it out with my scissors. So with this, we are done with cutting out the front and back piece. We are done with cutting out the front and back piece, and we are going to take off the pattern now so we can see what we have for the both piece. So I'm just going to lay it out so we can see it properly. So this is the front piece, what we got for the front piece, and this is the back piece. Remember, it's a backless. That is why the back piece is from the waist, just from the waistline down to the hemline. So for the joining, we are just going to take the back piece, front side facing front side, and the front piece, front side facing front side. So we are just going to sew it with 1/2 inch on both sides from the waist. We are attaching them from the waist. Remember, the upper part is backless, so we are just going to stitch it like this. Then on the neckline, we are going to stitch the neckline just like I'm showing you. We are going to stitch it like that, just like this, with about 1 inch seaming allowance. That's what we are going to do. So after that, I will hem the neckline. I'll hem the neckline, So we are going to go ahead to join the back and front piece from where I notched it. Yes, I'm going to join the sides. One side of the front and back piece, just like this. You notch the front panel where the waist started so that you know where you start joining it from. So I'm going to go ahead and join it this way, with front face facing front face. So guys, I'm done stitching the both parts together. Next thing, I'm going to hem it round. So now I'm going to stitch the neck stand together using 1/2 inch seaming allowance. I'll just stitch the neck stand, that's the outer neck. I'll stitch it using 1 inch seaming allowance, just like this. And next, I'm done now, so I'm going to now hem all the parts, the back waist and the front neckline. This is what I got in here, so I'm going to hem it, and when I'm done I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like. So I'll hem the bottom part everywhere that I'm supposed to hem, then I'll show you the final result. So guys, this is what we got finally, and I really like it. If this is what you want, please like, share and subscribe. See you in my next class. Bye.